I've been wanting to do the Gidara Bugyal Trek since 2010 when I first heard about it from local shepherds. And they've kept telling me, sir, wahan Gidara hai, wahan jana chahiye. But Gidara was so exclusive and so secluded that every time I had planned an expedition, I gave up because it was so secluded. It took me almost 10-12 years to actually plan an expedition and do it.
I remember it was 2019 September, 21st of September when I, went there, and then the whole conversation started building up that what is Gidara, what can be the route, what can be the different aspect coming on this trek, and that's when the whole mapping happened. And it was just the whole trek was just an experiment that how it will just end up, and that experiment turned out to be the huge success. That's how Gidara came into play.
Gidara is one of the most secluded meadows of our country. To get there, you need to cross many folds of mountains and then get there. Not only is the most secluded meadows that we have, it is also the only meadows in our country, high altitude meadows, which is in the valley, in the deep dark folds of the greater Himalayas. So it's almost like it's a hidden jewel. It's like sometimes you have quest to find hidden lakes in the mountains. This is a quest to find a hidden meadows in the mountains.
All the other meadows are kind of, you can predict them how they're going to be. But Gidara is kind of stretches out miles and miles and very smooth meadows. That's the feeling that I got. There isn't a slightest touch of imperfection when you are amidst Gidara.
Moment you reach the meadow, I had tears in my eyes, and I secretly looked around. I saw everybody, even the most experienced trekkers, had tears in their eyes. So I think that is a very big reward, actually reaching the meadow, and then you get to walk through it for so many hours. It's like completely delightful.
It was so amazingly beautiful. It was so vast, and it's like you climb and you make effort and you don't know what you're going to see, and then you reach up there and you have this huge reward waiting for you. Oh my, I remember that moment. It was, whoever reached up to that point, I think felt that same feeling.
This ridge section, the whole ridge walk makes the Gidara as the Gidara. The whole 1.5 kilometer ridge walk to the summit and followed by 1.5 kilometer ridge walk on the other side. And I saw for the first time how huge is Gidara. I thought, what I got emotional, what I saw Gidara at the first place, I was at 10 times more when I was just walking on that ridge.
The forests of Gidara Bugyal are again very remote, and you can feel the remoteness, and therein comes this beauty and magic of the forest.
In the forest, the way the light was unable to scatter through the forest, couldn't reach even the surface of the ground. And it was filled with oak trees, pine trees, rhodo at places, but the maple trees, all these trees were abundant, the density was high.
Like before coming on this trek, I always wanted to see a monal. I'd see them in pictures and other people would see them and say, oh, I wish I could see a monal. And I remember the guide saying, on this trek you will see monals. I thought maybe I'll see one, maybe I'll see two. But then that day we saw at least 6-7 monals, and up close. It was such a sight to behold. It was unbelievable.
Now, what makes this forest walk even better are the clearings that you get. Of course, we talk about clearings in a Kedarkanta trek and Ranthambore trek, but don't underestimate the clearings on the Gidara Bugyal Trek, because they're shaped in a very unique way. They're like, steps, but big and vast. And every time you come to a clearing, you get to see a new facet of Mount Srikanth. And that's so magical, because Srikanth, amongst all the mountains, is one of the most handsome mountain summits you will see.
I remember when we were at the Rikoda campsite, we were just camping under these two beautiful oak trees, and we opened the tent, and right in front of us was this Gangotri range, and it's soaked, it's red in color, and the sunlight was just beautifully falling on it. Everything else was in shade and just these mountains were red. And I was wondering, how can I be staying here, opening my tent, just sitting, having a cup of tea and looking at this view.
Gidara it's at its next level. It is at a different league when we talk about all the meadow trek to what Gidara Bugyal is.
To me, Gidara Bugyal was extremely beautiful. I have not seen something that beautiful in my life. I would even say, to me, I rate it higher than Kashmir, because the grand meadows over here and the sheer vastness of it, I had not seen anything like it.
We always hear that when you make effort, you get a reward. But this Gidara Bugyal experience for me was like the biggest reward you can get after making effort.